Relax, open your ears real wide and say, give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it.
Kick the chocks out from under the wheels. Flaps up. No offense, Margaret. Contact. We're off. Rum, rum.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
The doctor is in, baby. Welcome to the coffee shop. What a day, what a day, what a day. Look. See who's hanging out. Stephen B is here. Brother Wayne is hanging out. Devil's Air is here with us. Mo and or Joe is with us. I'm in the deep south. Okay. South of Atlanta. It's 14 degrees this morning when I got up. That's unacceptable. I need you northern people to come down here and get your weather out of my yard. It's drunk and showing its ass. It's not welcome here. I don't want it. I don't like it. All you people at the end of summer go, ooh, I can't wait. I get to drink my pumpkin spice and wear my boots and cuddle up in front of a fire. Yeah, okay. You've had it. Now shut up. Bring back palm trees, coconut drinks with rum and tropical breezes. That'll be enough out of you, Mr. Winter. So Tanner contacted me. He's under the weather. He won't be with us today. All I've got to say about that is, Tanner, I love you, brother. Hope you feel better soon. I'm under the weather, but the Navy is strong. We're here. Army took the day off. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. Well, that's because the cold sucks. I have two different friends. One lives in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The other lives in Wisconsin, and both of them will bitch about how cold it gets there. And I have shared with them, you know, it is a fact that the further south you go toward the equator, the warmer it gets. Now, the opposite's true. Below the equator, you got to go north. My point being, move. If you hate the cold, move. What's up, Comic Crusaders? So, hold on a second here. I was watching current events, as I do. I'm actually a news junkie. I'm very political. Try not to go overboard with that stuff on my own show here. But I fell down the rabbit hole. Okay, I don't even know what that means, but I fell down the rabbit hole. As one does, and please in the chat let me know if this has happened to you. You go on YouTube to watch a very specific thing, and then you click on a suggestion because, ooh, that looks interesting. And the next thing you know, it's 3 hours later and you're watching Bigfoot is running FEMA camps with Elvis as the director. I mean, does that happen to anybody else? Just ask it. But anyway, fell down the rabbit hole and I looked up and it was showtime. I'm like, shit. So you fall down the rabbit hole, but you don't find yourself watching bizarre shit that you had no intention of looking up. Come on, Devil's Air. You can't really call yourself a consumer of social media if that hasn't happened to you, can you? So anyway, it's good to see everybody. It's cold, whether it's Scandinavia cold, which I think he's at 2 degrees below freezing where he's at. Or whether you're here in the deep south and it's balls ass cold. Yeah. Okay. We can agree on the fact that it's cold. Now, that's enough about the weather, because I don't want to be a typical Gen X boomer, whatever, and sit and talk about the weather. Nor am I going to talk about politics. What I do want to touch on is I've been watching very closely the stuff going on in the Red Sea with the Houthis And if you're not up to speed, the Houthis are basically a terrorist organization that is in a civil war with the Yemeni government, and they control the western and southwestern part of the country. And they have been attacking ships going through the entrance to the Red Sea. It has a name, but I can't pronounce it, so I'm not going to try. If you don't deep dive, you're surfing wrong. Yep. And, you know, there's 2 points to make about that. One is, if you don't think it's important, it's going to affect everything you buy, because a huge percentage of all consumer goods and petroleum flow through there. So shit is already getting more expensive because of it, but that trickle-down effect will typically take 1 or 2 months. Think about where we're going to be in 1 or 2 months, and you're going to be paying even more than you are now in this horrific economy that we find ourselves in. So yeah, there's that. But then the other part, of course, that interests me, because I am a Navy veteran, is that the Houthis, who are, by the way, being backed by the Iranians, are not very historically savvy. They're not remembering that in 1987, Iran tried the same thing, and the FAFO effect happened. Fuck around and find out. They fucked around and attacked a U.S. flagged ship, and the U.S. Navy promptly destroyed over half of the Iranian Navy in a 6-hour period, because you don't fuck with the U.S. Navy. Well, the Houthis, backed by Iran, failing to remember history, attacked the Navy. And that went about as well for them as you could expect. However, our current political leadership, being a bit on the spineless side, is not willing to really push the issue. I suppose it's a good thing that I'm not the commander-in-chief, because I would have said, all right, they shot at us, let's just erase them off the face of the earth. You know, turn that part of that country into a parking lot and send in the Marines with some body bags and to paint the lines on the parking lot. It's just the way I do everything. It's who I am. Well, I don't know. We planted feet on soil that wasn't ours when we liberated Europe from the Nazis. I don't think it's okay. I agree with that 100%. I'm not an isolationist, but I do not believe in funding shithead countries. Now, there was a time during the Cold War when we did that. We prop up some unscrupulous guy because they were anti-communist. We were preventing the spread of communism. Okay, I get that. Dude, the freaking Iron Curtain came down decades ago. Stop propping up fucktards. Just saying. Now, I don't want to do be right dog movement face. I don't want to dedicate a show to doing that. We're going to take the opportunity to do what I did not do at the top of the show, because I wanted to catch you guys off guard by just diving right into the show. But, you know, we have sponsors that graciously give money to the Badness Comic Network to pay for the StreamYard full package that we use and to stream to all the locations that we stream to. So let's give them the love that they need right now.
Pinnacle Blast Logistics, getting it done, getting it there. Pinnacle Blast Logistics, getting it done, getting it there.
And we're back. We'll save some of the commercials for the mid-break. Thanks for being here on a cold Wednesday. That was on crooked. It felt straight, but it was visually crooked. It's unacceptable. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here hanging out. We don't have the poll up yet for our hottie, our babe barista of the week, but we're still going to do that segment, and we'll just vote right here in the chat. Does that work for you guys? But we're going to do that in a moment, not right away. What's up, Carrie? Good to see you. Shrinkage Wednesdays, yeah. Submit your pick? No, you don't get to submit one. You just get to vote. Oh, Carrie, we don't even have Tanner here to provide eye candy for the ladies. I'm sorry. He's under the weather. So cheers, Tanner. Hope you feel better, brother. We love that guy. He's a brother. Really good guy. I'm lucky to have him as a co-host, friend, and colleague. He's a go-getter. I like that guy. So, what we are going to do, though, everything goes in the case when it's cold. The fiercest of beasts retreat into the caves in the cold weather. Alrighty then, I'll just leave that alone and not touch that with a 10-foot pole. We are, however, 10-foot pole. See what I did there? We are, however, going to proceed with this event that we do every week. Welcome to another installment of Let's just dive right in here. You know, some things just speak for themselves. Canada is currently doing mandatory self-brownouts because of their eco-terrorism that they're doing. Yeah, Kerry, he's not feeling well today. But, you know, again, stupid is just stupid. All right. If people were actually serious about the environment, go nuclear. Go nuclear. You don't want petroleum, go nuclear to power the grids. Then we'll have enough petroleum to power gas-powered vehicles forever. So, yeah, in 1983, Chuck Norris was involved in a shark attack. This is the only known picture of that incident. And then the late, great Ronnie James Dio had some words of wisdom. It's sad when you live in an age where having little or no talent can get you on stage. I grew up in an age when singers really could sing and guitar players really could play. I've been saying the same thing for years. It became kind of a thing where, we're not going to put a blistering guitar solo in our song because we don't feel like we need to show off. Yes, you do. Talent should always be shown off. Speaking of which, the Taylor Swift special, 2 bony thighs, 2 small breasts, and a left wing, $8.95. I think it's overpriced, but then again, so is Taylor Swift. And, you know, current events are what they are. If January 6th were a person, it's juicy. You see what I did there? It's juicy. And here on the Doc's Coffee Shop, we don't really steal memes. We pass them around like your mom. New coworker. Nice to meet you. Me. Give it time. I had someone say to me one time, I got snarky with them. They said, I take that as a compliment. I said, apparently I said it wrong. So yeah, there's feels nice to finally be represented at Lowe's paint section. Trustworthy whites. That's actually funnier than it should be. My first day as a crime scene investigator. Detective, how did this man drown? Me. He couldn't breathe underwater. Obviously. Elementary, Watson. In major win for diversity, airline hires blind pilot because diversity is our strength. Did you guys see that? It's actually a thing. I think it's United Airlines is pushing quotas for diversity in their flight crews. Not on stewardesses or flight attendants, whatever the hell you call them these days. Flight crews. You know, the people to whom you trust your life when you get on a flight. Think about that for a minute, please. In that cockpit, do you want the most competent, well-trained, experienced pilot? Or do you want one that checks some boxes? Why can't it be both? Because it can't. It cannot always be both. At some point, you have to sacrifice competency and quality in the name of diversity. Yeah. It is scary. But then again, we are so invested in DEI that we gave a guy with senile dementia the helm here in the United States. This has been another exciting episode of... All right, so yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly right. There was hold on a minute. Let me see if I can find a little something. I thought I had it saved. No, I do not have it. Dadgummit. I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to thinking that it's like that phenomenon where you're in the shower and you have a great idea. Maybe it's for your comic book or your art project, whatever it may be. Hell, it could be something you want to do around the house. And you think to yourself, I don't need to write that down. I'll remember it. And then you don't. Yeah, that's me all day, every day. Unless I'm physically sitting and working on a project. And then I go, okay, let me write that down. I can't be the only one. That's got to happen to you guys too, right? But anyway, the Battle of the Titans continues to rage in the independent comics sphere, whether you're Comicsgate, Iron Age, or something in between. The Titans are struggling in one another. They're locked in deadly combat. And I don't think they want to be, but they are. The fandom, which are the only people that really matter, are torn. They're choosing sides. They're fighting one another, blocking one another. I do not agree with that. That's a very leftist thing to do. I can disagree with someone and still be friends with them. Yes, exactly. If you are an Eric July supporter, you like Isom, you like what he's doing, cool, go like it. If you're an Ethan Van Sciver fan, then cool, you go get your Cyber Frog on. If you're a Yellow Flash fan, you go support Yellow Flash. Okay, I don't have to agree with any of them. I'm under no obligation whatsoever. Agreeing with one or the other has never paid a bill here in my home. It shouldn't matter. So feel free to express your opinion. You can come at me on Twitter and Doc, I totally disagree with you. I'm not going to block you unless you're an asshole and I find you tedious, in which case, then get the fuck out of here. You're a rational human being and you have your point to make. I will listen. Because I'm just wired that way. I don't know if that's because I was a counselor for my whole working life, that I'm a good listener. I hear what people are saying. I hear what they don't say. Let's see what you guys are saying. Fans know the IP. Movie makers have to listen to the audience, not the critics. The money comes from the audience. Exactly right. Which is why so many woke movies are going straight down the toilet. Enjoy what you enjoy. No need to attack others. Let your work shine without having to shame others. Agreed wholeheartedly. Hello, Jim O'Reilly. Wonderful to see you, my friend. Jim, I've got a whole folder put together for you. I've got to make a couple of edits on some longer stuff that need to be clipped down for conciseness. And I'm glad you're here because I was going to ask you if you want those just as sound clips or if you want them as vid clips. Just let me know which you prefer. Folks are tired of politics. So there is the comics for everyone in the comic book community has all you want. No need to be loyal to brands that no longer align with your values. Exactly right. Yeah. You don't have to, you don't necessarily have to get married to, like I was a Marvel guy as a kid. I didn't really enjoy DC Comics. I loved Marvel. Yep, I can do that, Jim. I was loyal to Marvel, but Marvel and DC both went woke, and I'm like, I don't need them in my life at all. And there is so much more. I see you backstage, so I'll bring you out here in just a minute. There is so much more in the indie community to love than Marvel and DC ever even dreamed of having. I mean, have you guys seen what's on offer? Go over to Fund My Comic and just scroll through the incredible list of projects that are being funded. Now, I'm also not going to hate on you if you use Kickstarter or Indiegogo. I don't care. Indiegogo did me wrong. I will never do business with them again. They shadow banned me from my sign up all the way through my campaign. And let me be clear, shadow banning means that if you go to their website and you search for me, I will not pop up in their search, even though my campaign is there. Okay. Keep that in mind when I tell you that on the back end, after the campaign was over, they took credit for 22% of the funding, saying that traffic on their website found me because of them. That's a lie. It's a big ass lie. Yep, Big Two is kid stuff. Big Two is kid stuff. It's the gateway. They need to be supported by the most regular. Yes, yes. And mind you, back in the day, they could get into some deep story arcs, and they were wonderful. Good stuff. Think about Man Without Fear, Batman Year One, The Dark Knight, all that, all that really adult, intense, well-written, well-illustrated stuff. That was fun. That doesn't seem to be the goal anymore. Hey, I've got a friend in the back here I want to bring out. Give me just a second here.
Won't you get in trouble if the boss shows up?
Oh, no, it's the boss here? Hey, wait, I'm the boss.
And that's pretty much how it is.
Welcome, Pops.
How you doing, Doc? Good morning. Sorry I'm late. I was involved in bringing another show to the network.
Listen, Pops, let me explain this to you. That's what you do, sir. You don't apologize for doing what you do. You know, we comic book creators, we focus on our creations, networking with others. We focus on getting it in front of people. This guy's focus is solely on building a network of people to share with one another what they're doing and get in front of eyeballs. That's his creativity.
Mm-hmm. What's up? What's up, Al? Devil's there. I see you guys, Jim O'Reilly. Got people happening in the chat. What's up, everybody? And Al would be my Cheech. Okay? Al would be the Cheech to my Chong right there.
Al? Who's Al?
Al Mega.
Oh.
That guy
Sorry.
right there.
Yep, sorry. Hey,
I have a meeting with him later today, I think. But yeah, man, it's all about, look, I was talking to somebody this morning. I seen that they had a show, and I didn't realize they had a show. And I was like, hey, yo, I'm just bring some of that over to the network. Can I replay? What I asked was, could I replay to the point of getting caught up to where they're at, right? Because they're like on episode 5. So I was like, can I replay 1 through 4 over the weekend, get people caught up, and then get in line with you next week? And they're like, oh, hell yeah. And I was like,
all right. So who is this?
Flip Magazine, man. Flip City Magazine.
I love it. That's one of our commercials that's coming up. I want you guys to get some eyeballs on this. Flip City is the shit. If you missed Wizard when Wizard was fun, you know.
Jim.
So, Pops, can you set up on your YouTube our poll or blonde barista, or not blonde, but barista babe of the week, and just blonde, red, or brunette? That's all you got to put, because we haven't done that segment yet. I was stalling, hoping you would show up, and you did. And you did.
Right. The barista babe of the week.
Yep.
Now this poll is going to be over on the Madness YouTube channel, the Madness
Correct.
Comic Network YouTube channel. You have to go over there to cast your vote. But we're going to start with blonde, right? Blonde, and then brunette,
And then ginger.
and Doc's favorite ginger. You know it's true. You don't have to lie, dude.
Yep. And Jim, I had a letter published in Wizard, issue 75 with Magneto on the cover. You can go look and you'll find my letter there blasting Todd McFarlane's attitude, not his art. I could never attack the man's art because damn, he can draw. So the poll is up. So since it is, let's just get right into this. So our returning champion is our blonde, who, for lack of a better name, she's Betty the Blonde Babe Barista.
And this one's going to be hard to unthrone, guys. I'm just saying.
Well, we've got some strong contenders here, because now we've got our.
I don't even prefer blondes, but that one's going to be hard to deal.
We've got our
Her
brunette.
boobs are bigger than her head, man. Come on.
We've got our brunette, who has certainly brought her guns to the gunfight.
Al's going to be talking to Todd live Monday on Comic Crusaders.
Right on. Well, don't mention my letter about it. He carries a grudge, that guy. And our ginger, not only hot, but she actually plays. So there we go.
Yeah.
So your choices again, our returning champion.
I don't get to vote. This sucks ass, dude.
You get a vote. You just say it here.
Yeah, well, I'm voting for her. I'm voting for the guitar girl. You know what's up.
And then our guitar girl, Ginger. She's hot. Look at those eyes, man. All right, so there you go. Those are your contestants for this week's Babe Barista of the Week competition. You know, what can I say? Have mercy. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's see what's going on in the chat here. Q is here. Q, good to see you, my friend.
I had to stop for a minute and supply the munchkin with a pair of headphones.
There you go. There you go.
He's headed back up the stairs now, all happy, and you know.
Yep. Yeah, Jim. As a matter of fact, the next time we're on a stream together, I want you, if you can, to share that image, because I used to watch those. I never entered one because listen, since I was a very young little artist, I've had a policy. I don't enter contests because if I don't win, it's bad for me. If I do win, it's still bad
for me.
What's up? Chrome Dog. Good to see you.
Well, right now it's a 3-way tie, Doc.
All right. We've got some competition.
3 people have voted, and it's a 3-way tie.
Well, there you go.
That Ginger.
Every vote matters. Every vote
but
matters.
I vote for Ginger too, so
well,
guess who's in the lead?
Chrome Dog may not be available for sale at the moment, but I have my eBay store up and selling sundry items to fund Chrome Dog 2. There's the link. Get over and give it a link. And by the way, one of you guys in the chat that's a mod, if you don't mind, go over to darkgiftcomics.com and hit the Rampart Studio. That's me. And share the link to the sign up. Oh, shit. Ow.
Hey, now that look, I used to have a rule, Doc. If I'm bringing somebody home from the bar or whatever, and I've never met them before and shit, I get to the house and we're getting in the shower. Before we do we getting in the shower. You see what I'm saying? It's like the shit can start there, but before we go anywhere, I'm cleaning that shit. I'm making sure it's nice and shiny.
This is not where I wanted my show to go today, but there it is, boys and girls. We're now officially in the gutter.
I'm just saying, I want to smell them clean.
How dare you?
There won't be a Comic Shop Wednesday tonight on the Iron on Royce's channel, but he'll be back next week. Okay, last week, dude actually popped out talking about Carissa's book because I posted on the thing on Twitter.
I don't know. Hold on, I don't know. Is this Justin I'm talking to? Yeah. I don't know if they are or not, but you can certainly.
As long as you're doing it in the YouTube, if you're doing it in my YouTube channel where you have a wrench, then they're clickable. If you don't have a wrench, then they won't be. Okay, so if you have a wrench on Doc's channel or my channel, then yes, those links should be clickable.
If you're on my channel, you have a wrench because I give wrenches to everybody. Everybody gets a wrench until you decide to be an asshole, then I take it away.
See, he adopts the same principles that I do. Yes.
Yeah. Open door here. Free speech. I love free speech. Which brings me back to my topic that I was discussing. In light of this controversy, whether you love him or hate him, Captain Finity is a figure in the community, and he generates controversy wherever he goes because he just speaks whatever's on his mind. I think the guy's funny. I don't agree with everything he says or does, and I don't have to.
What's up, John's Longbar?
I'm the opposite. I literally made a conscious decision to not be an asshole because I met enough of them growing up.
I think it happens to all of us as we get older. We just get the don't cares, and that can be misinterpreted as being an asshole.
Right. That's not the same as being an asshole. Asshole is deliberately going out and just shitting on people. I don't do that. Now let me circle back to this though. But Captain Finity came out yesterday, and he was lamenting that because of this warfare, it was impacting his project because he shares an artist with this particular person. I'm not going to throw any names out there because it's not my place to do so. And he was literally at the point where he's saying, should I just give up on my project? Just, fuck it, do something else. And the answer is no. Stay the course.
Drop the link there too, Zero. Drop the link there too.
Stay the course. Stay the course on your project, no matter what comes up, because it doesn't matter if it's this big King Kong drama going on or a hurricane hits the Philippines and wipes out your artist. It doesn't matter. Shit happens. Okay.
Yeah. And
but let me finish. I had a freaking tornado hit my house, and I still finished the project and got it out, got it funded, and got it fulfilled. You do what you have to do if you believe in your project. Can I get an amen from the chat? If you believe in what you're doing, you will get it one way or another.
You keep working.
People like Carissa Grant, she self-funds her book. She pays her talent up front. She pays for the printing. When she crowdfunds, she's reimbursing herself. So she can keep throwing money right back into the next book.
Same with Chris. Slaughterville, as a matter of fact.
Exactly. Slaughterville does the same thing. And we understand that creatives have a myriad of ways they do their projects. Now, crowdfunding is meant to be, and hear me on this, boys and girls, crowdfunding is meant to be me going to the public and saying, hey, I got a great idea for a better can opener. All right. I need your money to render this thing, make it, and market it. And people go, yeah, I'll do that. And in return, the creator goes, if you do that, I'm going to give you the opportunity to get this wonderful new product at half the cost of what it's going to be retail. Comic books is no different. We're saying, hey, here's an idea I've got for a great book. Give me money so I can pay the talent to make this book. That's crowdfunding. Now, there are a couple of different approaches to that, though. My personal way of doing it was, Charles, good to see you, my brother. My version was, I am going to completely finish this book before I ask for a dime. Why? Because in the independent comic book community, I'm not well known. I'm a fairly well-known fine art painter. I've got collectors all over the world. Nobody knows me around here. So I'm not asking anyone to act on faith and go, okay, I like you. Your idea sounds good. Here's some money. I'm saying, here's the finished work. If you like it, back it. And that's the way I roll. Well, Devil's there. That's what crowdfunding is for. That's exactly what it's for. And there's nothing wrong with any of those approaches. You do you. My point being, hey, Wayne, my point being, if you believe in your project, you, by whatever means you are comfortable with, you push that product through. You see it through to the end. So, Pops, if you'll go to brand real quick.
I'll go to brand.
If you go to brand, I need you to play Flip, Cindy Koepp, and Detective Potatoes. We're going to take a little break here to pay for the show. And I'm going to go grab some more coffee. I'll be right back.
Doc's taking a 4-minute break, yo. That means pee and a coffee. Okay.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they have just, I mean, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting. But also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Fairview's coffee has mysteriously gone missing. Mayhem ensues when strange, coffee-craving zombies plague the city. Detective Mickey Potatoes, an overworked public servant, uncovers why ordinary citizens are losing their minds and how to stop the coffee apocalypse. But it involves the mafia. And when you're dealing with mafia crime families, nothing is ever easy. The mafia controls everything in the city, including the police, including him. If he breaks the mafia, they will break him. So, the city is without coffee. The city is burning before his very eyes, but he's powerless. Detective Potatoes has the power to stop the coffee apocalypse, but if he does, he could lose everything.
I like these calm little moments before the storm.
Money comes big, yeah. It's not small, no.
Kiss my entire. Oh, my darling, not 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Your coffee, sir.
Thanks, beautiful.
You're welcome.
This is a man's world.
Wow!
Doc!
We're having a great day here on the show, Pops.
I was just talking to somebody that wants to come hang out.
Okay.
Somebody just launched a book yesterday.
Okay.
You don't know who that is, really?
I do.
Actually, they launched, yesterday morning on Laurie's show. Yeah.
And certainly he is welcome here.
Yeah.
We're gonna forego great moments in comics history because Tanner's not here. However, our next guest has his own great moment as soon as he gets here.
Well, you say it'd be a minute, but I'm saying.
Yeah. Yes. As soon as he gets here, that'll be our great moment, is what I'm saying.
Really awesome. And I was talking to Kitty from Flip City, and she does a couple different shows.
Wait, hold on. Kitty from Flip City.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love that name.
Mm-hmm.
That's officially the name that needs to be on the banner. Kitty from Flip City. Flip City Kitty.
Yeah. Wow. I was talking to her, and it got my attention. She put up a show today. What's the next airing of her show, which was a band, some band. And I was like, that's cool. Those guys are also going outside of just, you know, I was like, that's cool. And then I looked and it was show number 5. And I was like, oh, they just started doing this show. Went back and looked. Episode 2, she interviewed Mike
Baron.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, yo, Kitty, can I go download those and upload those to the network? And, you know, can we like work something out? And she's like, yeah, hell yeah. And it got to the point where I was like, you know, she just might end up with the co-host spot over here on one of the shows.
That would be awesome.
You know, because you know I need it.
I mean, Pops has worked hard at creating all of this. So I know him. He would very much like to not broadcast for a while and let other people do shows.
Yeah. I mean, look, if I could give all my shows away right now and I had people I knew I could count on to do them. Yep. I'd give every one of them to somebody else. Monday Madness, the draw stream. Except the show-offs. I like hanging out with Dave every weekend. I'd probably keep doing that.
Speaking of the show-offs, I did talk to Charles yesterday. And he said, yeah, he'd be interested in coming back on the show-offs.
Dude, anytime, man. Anytime. Look, I got to the point where I'm just putting the link in the chat.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, it'd be nice to have people ahead of time, and I know, you know.
Especially, you know, serious hardcore collectors.
Yeah. People that collect comics. That's what it's about, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Now, having said that, what I would like to do is, Pops, I'm going to very briefly interview you. Why don't you give a rundown to our listening audience right now of what shows the network has available? Walk us through Monday through Monday.
Sunday, we'll start with Sunday. Okay. Sunday, we start the day with the Madness Open Draw Stream at 1 p.m. Eastern. And of course, that's just open to everybody. You draw, you want to come out and draw and hang out with people like Jim O'Reilly and Q and Doc, and, you know, Christian Zaffo, a bunch of people, man, you know, just come out and draw, hang out. It's fun. We have a good time, right? Then we have right after that show, I take like a half-hour break and I go right to doing the show-offs with Texas Dave Houston over across the pond in the UK. Now, what we do is we just go through, like last week we went through indies, okay? And we're going to do it again this week because we got a whole bunch of indie. We're probably going to do indie for a couple of weeks, you know, but we're just going through our boxes of stuff that we've gotten from independent comic creators, right? But it changes. The topic can be whatever. It can be Thor. It can be, you know, a certain artist. It can, you know, just whatever we decide. And that's what we do. 8 p.m. Eastern, the Silverline crew, they have 3 shows throughout the week, okay? One of them airs Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Monday morning, we go through the madness where we go through the Facebook group. We look and see what kind of stuff people are talking about. Sometimes we go over to Fund My Comic, and we go down through there and check out some of that stuff. But it's just look what people got show, you know, and we don't spend a whole lot of time dissecting their campaigns or anything. You know, it's just making people available, making people know what's available out there. That's the thing. Then Tuesday morning, one of my favorite shows, Laurie Calcaterra, the Tuesday Morning Brew. Probably one of the best things I ever did was give that show to her. She's amazing. She does a great job. And check it out, 11 a.m. on Tuesdays. Ginge and Pedro show, 7 p.m. You might know about Ginge and Pedro. Pedro's an amazing animator. Them guys have a great show. They come out, they interview different creators. It's a good time. Later on Tuesday, late Tuesday evening, 11 p.m. Eastern, we have the Silverline show, which is a couple of the other guys from Silverline that do a show. Okay, so you got 3 different Silverline shows. They got a crew over there, right? So they got different shows. And then, of course, you come out here Wednesday morning and we start the network broadcast day right here with Doc's Coffee Shop. And
Doc's Coffee Shop is the only podcast that won't rust, bust, collect dust, kink, stink, turn pink, or rattle at the seams for rainy season for 90 days or your money refunded. If we ain't got it, we'll get it. When we get it, we'll fork it, ram it, jam it, damn it, pack it up, and take it out to your car. Tipping is appreciated.
Now, I did leave out. We also have our boy RJ, Critical Blast, who has been really busy and hasn't been doing a whole lot of podcasting, but he's also a part of this network. So if you see Critical Blast lined up, you'll probably see it here too. Okay, and that could be any night, Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday. Just whenever he lines something up, he does it. On Wednesdays we also have our boys from Still Token, Ben and Jeff, from the Darkening Network. They broadcast a show on the network called Still Token, and they get the most amazing guests. Just in the last 2 weeks, they had Chip from My Three Sons and Sissy from Family Affair. Just in the last 2 weeks. Okay. Look, their show is amazing, guys. You just got to watch. You never know who's going to be on that show. It's crazy. And then Silverline Wednesday Wham is after that at 8 o'clock. And at 10 p.m., we have the Baron Earls Show, which today, for the first time, was recorded in our studio and will be distributed out from our studio.
And Baron Earls is who?
Mike Baron and Jeff Earls.
Freaking legendary Mike Baron. One of the best writers in comics history, and one hell of a nice guy.
Yeah, and like I said, Jeff is amazing too. He's a creator in his own right, and
yeah.
But yeah, they actually recorded their first show out of our studio today, so they are definitely now part of the network, not just somebody whose show we simulcast, and that's awesome,
Right.
Now we just got to get Chuck to do that. We'll be all the way in, right? Because at noon on Thursdays, we start the day with a replay of the night before's Ask Chuck Dixon. If you missed it on his network, we play it on our network. It's funny because the first time I asked Chuck if you want to do that, he goes, "Why would I do that?" I said, "Well, some of my people might not know who you are." He's like, "Oh, okay."
You never know, Chuck. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that simple, right? And it's like, hopefully we've sent some subscribers over his way. I'm sure some of his people have, jumped up over here. We appreciate it. Thursday afternoon.
Like if I was watching a replay of Ask Chuck Dixon, and suddenly I had a question that I'd like Chuck to answer, then next week I'm going to go on his live show and do that. So he's going to pick up subs from there.
But see, he doesn't do a live show. He does recorded. The email address is in the description.
Oh, okay.
If you want to ask questions, they ask by email, and then he answers them on his show.
Okay.
Recorded show. So, but we do supply the email address that you can ask,
Right.
In the description of the show. So hit him up.
All right. That brings us up to what day?
We're in Thursday afternoon now. In Thursday afternoon, after Chuck Dixon's replay, we showed the gaming replay from the week before to remind everybody that we're going to go live again the next day doing our Tomb of Annihilation with Max. So we do like last week's replay, like a recap, so people are ready for the next day, especially us players. Okay. I always watch the last 20 minutes of the gaming replay so I know where we're at when I start the show on Friday.
Right.
I always watch it. And then the Horror Movie Club, of course, with Brian Christgau and Matt Burke and Preston Acevedo and assorted guests. Hart Fisher hangs out there. ID Crisis pops in there. I hang out there. It's a good time. I think this week we're covering American Werewolf in London. So watch that again, remind yourself about it, and then come hang out with us and talk about it during the show, Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Now, I did want to also say that there are times when Doc and I, or Doc, I, and Max, or myself go out and game during dead spots in the network. So sometimes you'll see me playing Fallout, or me and Doc playing Champions, or me, Doc, and Max playing Champions. Those shows aren't really scheduled. It's just like wild hair thing. Hey, Doc, you want to play? We go play.
And also, usually at least once a week, I haven't in this year yet, I do a free refill. So you get a second installment of Doc's Coffee Shop. And it's usually just me rambling about something.
Yeah, and it's like I said, spur of the moment. It's not something that's scheduled, but it is, something that happens throughout the week. You never know. Now, Friday, we have, of course, Madness Gaming, first thing in the morning, 10 a.m. with Max Devill. And we're about to head into the actual big boss. It's almost over, guys. We're getting ready to slam down here. We've already made characters for our next game and everything. So, it's like we're about to slam down.
Lovely Fanta.
And Fridays going forward, we will be playing Flip City Magazine Creative Chaos at 7, and then followed by Timothy Fling's Creative Cranium at 9. So it's kind of a creative day, Friday. Kind of a creative day. I like it. And of course, Saturdays, we have the Boldcat Studios at 7 p.m. Matt Burke's Open the Gates replays at 10 p.m. And anything can happen Saturday during the day because it's kind of wide open. It could be gaming. You never know. Impromptu draw streams, anything happen.
That's usually when I will do a free refill.
Yeah, it's kind of just a wide open day. I mean, if you're at a con and you want to do 20, 30 minutes of a short in the network and see it, just hit us up, dude. I kind of left Saturdays open for that reason. For that particular reason, if you're at a con, one of our Madness people, and you want to do a little short from wherever you're at, do it.
All right. So that's the Madness Network, boys and girls. There's a lot of stuff to watch, a lot of good stuff. If you like comic books, gaming, whatever, this is the place for you. Now, look, my next guest is a creative madman.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He is also one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
This guy boring you? Why don't you talk to me instead? I'm from a different planet.
Welcome, Chris Brown. What's up, buddy?
How are you?
How are you, my friend?
Not too bad. That was quite possibly one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Oh, it's good to see you. Now, for those of you who don't know, Chris Brown is a creator of both games and graphic novels, and all-around nice guy. That's his campaign for Slaughterville Book 3, The Cannibal Rednecks. So,
and believe me, that pretty much covers it, yo.
So, Chris, why don't you give us your 30-second elevator pitch while Pops brings up the campaign real quick?
Slaughterville is your favorite town of fun and horror, and this one, the Cannibal Rednecks come back to town because they have to do that once a year in order to recharge. Hey, Devill, how you been? And the thing is, they work for a different entity than what the town does, and that's and nobody else knows that until you read it. And again, I know I'm not supposed to spoil things. I get yelled at all the time. that causes a main conflict between not only the person running the town, the Cannibal Rednecks, and also the citizens. So you have all three of these factions coming together in this book. And of course, we played it off as a fun little Hallmark Channel thing in the promo video.
Yeah.
But we're almost at stretch goal 2 already, and it's just over a day.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so we're kicking this thing's buttocks areas.
Yes, indeed, sir. And congratulations on already being fully funded, and then some.
Makes life easier.
Yeah. So listen, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to let Chris describe what Slaughterville is, both the town itself and the products associated with it.
Sure. Slaughterville is thanks. I appreciate that. Slaughterville is your favorite town of fun and horror, where you get to experience all of your favorite horror movies. It started off as a board game, and what I wanted was, instead of opening a bunch of different boxes in order to play games, I wanted to have all of the favorite game types that I like in one box. And horror seemed to be the best fit for this. Mm-hmm. For instance, in the one game we have the Zombie Horde, which was a tower defense game, and now it's become a flick 'em shooter kind of game. You have the Slasher, which stalks you and tries to hunt and kill you. You have Dr. Frankenstein, who's trying to build the monster while you're trying to stop him from ever getting the power to build it. I mean, I think we have 23 different villains.
Now,
Go ahead.
In the setup, this is the game that he's talking about, not the books.
Yes.
This town adapts to whatever villain you choose and whatever scenario is happening. Now, is it more fun, you think, Chris, to randomly draw the villain in scenario, or to just, I really want to do this guy, you know?
I've done both, and that's the beauty of it, is everything in this thing is drag and drop. So we have like 70 something different characters, and you can randomly choose, or you can deliberately pick, but everything will have a chance. But yeah, like you said, this game is, and it's the main thing that spawned the RPG, is that town is so, again, malleable, as we said before, that anything you want to happen in there probably will.
Right.
When I brought Dracula into this town, I'm like, well, at first I was wondering, like, how does this work? And it just does, because this town, the people in the town don't realize, to them everything is normal. Like the fact that it's a spoiler for book one, but if you haven't read book one by now, it's been out for free with Laurie's campaign and other people's campaign. And there's a werewolf that runs the diner. That's normal to people. Right?
Yeah.
That this guy is doing this.
That werewolf's always ran that diner.
Right. Even though they've opened the campground 37 different times, because they had to close it because of murders.
Right.
You know, they're just always grand opening this campground.
Right.
And yet people still send their kids there. It's fun.
Yep. And so that's led us to where we are now, which is in the town of Slaughterville. Pops, play that trailer. In the town of Slaughterville.
Let's see. Play that trailer, he says.
Play that funky music, white boy.
That's it. Saying the same thing.
Did I not load it in here yet?
Well, I mean, it's on screen. Let's just play it that way.
Yeah, it's no fun that way. Keep talking.
So,
yeah.
I was just going to say that the trailer yesterday, when I saw it, Chris launched this campaign yesterday, and I saw the trailer, and because I understand that we're looking at the cannibal rednecks, you're in on the joke. But if you weren't in on the joke and you saw this, you might think you were watching a lovely Hallmark movie.
And that's what we're going to show you in just a second. We're going to show you a lovely Hallmark moment. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
In a small town, unlike any other, Lisa and her husband Ray were away from home for a long time. The stress of the world brought them back to their homestead to recharge. The entire family is reuniting once again for a time of faith, food, and fun. The whole town is invited. Come join Ray and his family for the feast of a lifetime. Welcome to the picnic. Slaughterville Book 3, The Cannibal Rednecks, is a 66-page, full-color story of love, loss, and family, set in the small town of Slaughterville. Look for it on your favorite crowdfunding platform.
Yeah. Fanta, it is in your Twitter inbox, right?
There you go. You ask and you receive.
Like
that's the way that works. So you see, it's just this lovely family. Keywords there, though, they come back to recharge.
Exactly. And when you know, you'll know.
Right? All right. So what are we looking at here, Chris? There it is.
This is the role-playing game. What we didn't show anybody else, and I'm not going to show the inside because of spoilers, but we also have Book 2 and Book 3, which are adventures. We call them stories that you can use to form, instead of a campaign, we call it a novel or a movie. And yeah, so we have these coming out, and these are shipping today and tomorrow. We'll have extras, of course, because you have to.
Nice.
But yeah, we went all out with this. There's so many stories we can tell, and we're going to tell with this, that I just can't wait for it.
Yeah, and Chris is always working. So like, he's one of my favorite people, by the way, to hang out with when we stream or whatever. But you can't get him because he's working.
I'm sorry.
He's a mad scientist in his lab concocting fun and horror for you and yours. Look at him. He even looks like, the friendly cannibal that will welcome you to Slaughterville. I was going to ask you a question, though, Chris.
With the bow back here, yeah.
Slaughterville established 1885.
Yes.
Is there a significance to that year?
Not in particular. It's right around the same time that my hometown was established, and I just thought it was interesting. I wanted Slaughterville to be ambiguous as to where it was, so you don't know if it's in the mountains, which is where I live, or you don't know if it's in Western California. It's that kind of thing that can be anywhere you need it to be. And absolutely,
it's valuable.
Exactly. I've been trying to make my own indie short films for it. I have scripts written. I have all this done. In fact, my son just joined an acting guild. He's been in a few plays like Misery and Christmas Story and so on. And we're trying to get them to help put together a short film for this. But if you want to do it, please, dear God, do it. I'd love to do it. I'd love to show it.
So Chris, what you're saying is fan fiction is welcome.
That's what I built it for. I built this whole game, this whole world, in order for you to tell your stories. That's what I want. That's the only thing I want with this, is I want you to tell your story.
All right. We love you, Fanta. Have fun doing what you do, and thank you for what you do.
I sent you also the Indiegogo link, Fanta. So you got both links.
All right. So let's do this.
Also, I'm sorry.
Just real quick, let's do this. We've had up to 15 folks watching right now. If you've not yet backed, let's get at least one backer, like right now. So let's show what they can get. Scroll down on this thing, Pops. Let's show what's available.
This is a very simplistic campaign, guys. Most everything is on the add-ons. There's only a couple tiers. Okay. The Slaughterville book, physical cover A for $15. Gee, who did?
All right, and hold on. That's a 66-page book for $15.
Mm-hmm.
That's a freaking value, is what I'm saying to you.
I think
nobody offers that.
I think it's at 68 now.
68.
We keep adding to it.
Yeah. I did the same thing on my campaign, Chris. It just kept growing.
Yeah.
Now there's a PDF as well, obviously, $5.
$5.
There's the catch-up tier.
For $45, you get
physical and digital of all 3 books.
Yep.
And that's a total of like over 180 pages. So
correct.
Yeah, I think somewhere around there. So the retail tier, 6 copies for $60.
Jesus. That's $10 a book.
Yeah, I do my best to try to help out where I can.
Now, there's also add-ons if you want to go back and get just number 1 to check it out, see if you like it before going forward. You can go get number 1. What else you got in the add-ons, Chris?
That's what I have right now. I'm going to probably throw the games on the backer kit in the Pledge Manager.
There you go.
But right now, we just wanted to focus on the comic part. I didn't want to confuse, people with too much stuff. But yeah, I feel really bad about the shipping there. I wish to God in heaven I could get it to you for free. I really do.
Yeah. We all feel that way. Look, creators in Australia hate that they have to ship to the States, but they have to. Same thing for our European friends. It is what it is, man. And it sucks.
Even Canadian shipping from the U.S. jumped up like $25, $30, and it's
Canadians ridiculous. They just milking it. They just milking.
Yeah, they're taking advantage because, for fuck's sake, man, it's a line on a map.
Yeah,
it's like listen. If you're Pops and you're in Michigan,
I could just go to Buffalo. You can meet me in Niagara Falls, throw it across the fucking thing at me, right? And
he's closer to Canada than he is to me.
Yeah,
here in the States, but it's cheaper for him to ship to me than it is to a Canadian backer. That's crazy.
I think it only costs me about $8 to $10 to ship from PA down to Georgia, but it'll take me like $45 to ship from here to anywhere in Canada.
Montreal.
Yeah. I had one Canadian backer for the coffee mugs. The paperwork was more extensive. The price was more exorbitant for me to ship. It literally, I took a loss on that one because I mean, I'm not going to charge more.
You can't charge them that much. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm not going to charge my consumer, my backer, more money. You know, so wait, it is what it is. Hey, Tree Goblin.
But yeah, I did take your advice though last night. I wasn't sure. I mean, like you said, I need to get out. I need to force myself to get out and actually do these videos and things. So I got this Marvel Overpower card game. Like, you remember the old one from the 90s?
Yeah.
I got some packs in the mail because I still play, and I actually opened it up on a stream thing last night. And so, you know, just something to get out there and get into the habit of doing it more, because that is my big thing. Is I don't like the spotlight. I'm better at, here's this guy, check this person out, a guy, girl, whatever, I don't care. Yeah,
see, that's what you're doing with those games. You're going, hey, everybody, check these out. You see what I'm saying? It's like,
right.
You're not promoting yourself. I know. He showed me that last night. He sends me a picture of this, and I'm like, get the, like, you want to, oh, Chris, I want to play that one. Come
Chris, let me bounce off what you just said, because I'm the same way. I will shill pretty darn well for anybody and everybody except me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go, I mean, I hope you back my shit. So, but having said that, you know, I have always held out, and I defy anyone to prove me wrong. There are only 3 things that you must do to be successful as a creative. You got to make your art. That means be proficient and be prolific. Number 2, you got to show it to people.
Yep.
That means get in front of eyeballs.
Yep.
Live stream, videos, gallery showings, conventions, whatever it may be. And number 3, be nice. That means don't be an asshole and stand behind your product. Deliver what you promise. Keep people up to date on what you're doing. That's all you got to do.
Speaking of being nice, you guys, and I know we say that often, like, oh, this person is great. This person is one of the best, right? And most of the time we mean it. You were talking about Mike earlier, Baron.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, out of the blue, and I don't know if he wants me to say it or not, called me, talked to me for like an hour about my books. He said, send them to me. And I'm like, okay, cool. I send him, and he calls me up. And he's like, listen, I liked this. This could have been better. This, and just out of the blue, did this for you. You can't beat a guy like that. You can't.
How do you, I mean, Chris, I would have been running through my house fanboying out
all day.
Yep. Mike is one of the nicest freaking guys. Now, look, he does a little short on his channel, and I'll bet a lot of people miss it. But it's all writing tips, guys.
Yep.
If you go to Mike Barron's YouTube channel, you will find a lot of stuff that can really help you as a writer, man. I mean, just little shorts. They're not like long, drawn out fucking lectures. It's, hey, check this out.
And when you have the opportunity to do so, pick his brain. He will answer you. He will answer questions, and he'll tell you point blank, succinctly. You know, and how do you argue with that kind of experience and success?
Yeah, I'm glad I got to talk to him before I actually did the book 3. I could go back and I could make it better.
Yeah.
But all day, I swear to God, I was like, dude, he said my pacing is good. He likes my pacing in the book. He likes this. I mean, yeah, he had some issues with the art. I said, well, you know, I didn't draw it, but you know. But he gave me tips on the dialogue, how to make it movie dialogue punchier, how to do this. And if you don't take it all in for what it is, it's a waste of time. But I swear I was talking about a week. I'm still talking about it, for God's sakes, and it was months ago. You know.
All right, Pops, take over for a minute. I've got to go to the door. I think my Amazon delivery's here.
Nice.
All right, I am going to take over, and I got a little delivery today too.
What you got?
I don't know. It's from RJ. I don't have any idea. He sent me a message last night, and he said, "Well, I guess you guys are really snowed in. You didn't get your mail today." And I'm like, "What? How the fuck do you know whether or not I'm getting my mail?"
Well, he lives right next door.
No, he lives in Arkansas.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
So, of course, I watched for the mail this morning to see when it would get here.
Mm-hmm.
I go out there, and sure enough, there's this little. Oh, isn't that cute? It's a Critical Blast calendar, yo. We deliver your campaigns just like that, yo. Look at that. Little desk calendar.
Nice.
Because, Pops don't know what fucking day it is. I think he's trying to tell me something, right? I think he's trying to tell me something. The 2024 calendar has got all the holidays, all the holidays, like Yom Kippur and everything, man, all the way through down at the bottom. So you won't miss a single day, a single holiday all year long. Very nice, RJ.
I think you should do a madness calendar. 1 month is each creator.
But see, we got so many more creators. We could do every week as a creator.
Yeah.
We got so many people. I'm talking to Lincoln Branch right now. Another person who wants to do a show. He's looking for a co-host.
Okay.
To do a show with him. And I didn't just posted it in the madness, so we'll be there's another show coming to the network, dude. We got Flip City Magazine bringing their show to the network, and Lincoln's gonna be now. He's asking this for somebody to come out and co-host with him. Okay, so if somebody out there is looking to get involved in this, but they're not, they just want to get their feet wet. They just, a little bit. Mm-hmm. That's the way you do it. You co-host with somebody else who already feels comfortable out here, right? Yeah. And then eventually, it just happens. You get your feet wet a little bit, and before you know it, you're fine. It's second nature.
And that's where I shine too, is on that. If you're on with somebody, kind of a thing. When I'm on by myself, I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm more in my head than anything else.
Even if people are in the chat, I don't like being out here by myself much. That's never been like in the beginning when I first started doing this, when it was just showing off your stuff.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I could come out here and do a 20-minute video showing what I did, all the stuff I just got in the mail or whatever. That was easy, right? Because there wasn't any topic involved. It was just showing off your stuff. So that's how I got used to doing this. Yeah, better co-host for sure. I don't know, Wayne. He said he was looking for an outspoken person that wants to co-host with him. And
he's looking to get married. Somebody outspoken, willing to hang out with you.
He just posted in the madness, so you can hit him up. He just posted about that very thing in the madness in the Facebook group. You can hit him up, man. That's how this works. People talk to each other. It's like, that's how it works. And there could be, I don't know what his premise or plan is for his show. I don't know if it's topic based or campaign based, or I don't have any idea. I just know he's looking for a co-host. That's what you guys figure out.
Yeah.
If you're interested in hanging out with him,
Imagine my disappointment. the ship.
No coffee? What?
No, it was just some household stuff Tacey ordered. It wasn't what I've been looking forward to. Max shipped me that drawing pad. That's what I've been looking forward to. It's like, it's here. No, it's not. Damn it. It's some Dawn dishwashing soap. It's,
Well, this is what I got, Doc. This is what I got in the mail, buddy.
Calendar. Very nice.
It's a Critical Blast calendar.
Critical Blast.
Now,
Getting it done.
He's got all the people that that he fulfilled throughout last year. All their, cover of all their books on there.
RJ is a true treasure. Period.
Yeah, all these guys are. Come on, Chris. Man, look, when I met Chris and I found out that he was about games and stuff, I think that was our first real venture outside of strictly comics.
Mm-hmm.
When we started talking to Chris about gaming. And then it was like, oh, dude, we need to do shows. Blah, 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 blah. Because Pop's mind is, I'm thinking 6 months down the road, what can we do with this? Because I'm crazy like that. What do we got here?
That's the cover for the upcoming Noir game.
Oh, the one Doc the one that Doc needs to get to work on, right?
Yeah, we got to get you working, son. We got to get.
I tell you what, let's do. No shit. Let me finish a damn dirty thing.
Take your time.
And then, I'm almost done. I've just got a few pages left. And we'll meet backstage and we'll talk.
Absolutely.
You talking about you're going to do a book and a game?
Oh, obviously, yeah.
All right. Hey, Max. Yeah, I checked it. Good to see you, bud. Max, extremely generous. He's like, look, I'm not an artist. I got this thing. I'm not using it. You want it? It's one of the nicest friggin'
right. Yeah, I had a buddy of mine. He was doing the art for me. And then he found out my political leanings and said I was racist and never wanted to talk to me again. So I don't have all of this is going to have to be thrown away.
Okay, well, feel free to delete all that because I can do better. All right, you hear me, whoever you are? I'm better than you are.
Oh, fuck.
Because I am. Hey, you know all what? Right, so, you want proof? I'm just saying.
I just get in that bass group and I don't even look at the. I'm just over here.
Yeah, the grandma gets a lot of attention. Her name is Dolores Doyle, and Jake Bishop, our protagonist, calls her Dottie, and they end up at cross purposes, but not fighting one another. They're not enemies. They just have cross purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, what is your favorite game genre?
Gosh, anything that tells a story. But I'll be honest, I'm a big fan of Lovecraftian. That genre has just always resonated. And then I realized everybody's in Boston, so they all sound like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
And great old ones that come in now. Get in the car. And then it's just, I can't do Boston accent.
Get in the car.
Get in the car. Yeah. So
Chris, I have a question.
Absolutely.
How many Gatsby caps do you own?
God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6. My son got me one that's red and green stripes and leather. It's the Freddy Krueger one.
Oh,
yeah, that's over hanging. So
I've never been able to sport a Gatsby and make it work, but I'm a fedora kind of guy anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so Pops, let's check on the.
Alan Wake is sick. Alan Wake is awesome.
Let's check on the poll real quick.
The poll is 9 votes 4 for blonde, 4 for ginger, and 1 for brunette, and that's not counting the deciding vote.
I also get a vote, so does Chris.
Well, you can go vote.
But one more time. You can vote for the Babe Barista of the Week. Our blonde Betty Barista. Our brunette who brought all her weapons. Or our lovely Ginger who also slings an axe.
I think she has my gym bag. I have to get that back. I have not read the Alan Wake novel, but now that I know there is one, I will have to go get it.
So head on over and vote for your Babe Barista of the Week. We'll be announcing the winner here momentarily because we are coming up on all that time. Let's see.
What's your favorite game genre, Chris?
We already covered that.
All right.
Right here. Here's a sexy guy right here.
All them women need extra clothes on. Now, I would disagree with you and say I think they're entirely overdressed.
It's cold. Give them mittens.
We got 3 sexy guys on panel right now for you.
That's only, you know.
So, you know, that's all I can do this week. Tanner's not here. Tanner's my eye candy. That's why I have him. So listen, we've reached that point in the show where we normally would wrap up, but we don't have a show coming in behind us. So here's what I'm going to do. Just very briefly. First of all, if you've got a campaign, drop your links. Well, no,
Devil's campaign.
Devil's Air. Devil's Air, you do not count as eye candy. But I'm going to drop the link if you want to pop on for just a minute before we wrap up. You're welcome to come on out and you can shill something, comment on today's show. You can come out here and tell me I'm a terrible host, whatever you want to do. If you want to ask Chris some questions.
Sure.
Welcome, Max.
Here's a terrible host. What's up?
What's going on, you punk ass bitch?
Gotta wait for someone to come get me so I can go get my car.
What you have done?
I was stuck in my friend's apartment complex's parking lot because there's like a hill you have to get over in order to get out of the parking lot, and it was just all black ice.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get out.
True story. That literally happened to me one time before. What's up, Devil's Air? I went to a Waffle House after I was going to college, and it's after, we're at night, so it's after 10 o'clock. Pull into the parking lot, and while I'm eating, the parking lot freezes over. It's a bowl. The power goes out, but that don't stop Waffle House. Their policy is they chain the door open so that the grill can vent.
Mm-hmm.
And when they call it in, if they tell them it's going to be a while, their orders are cook everything you pulled from the pantry.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go bad. There were only 3 of us in the restaurant. Buddy, I had me some steak. I had pork chops. I had omelets anyway I went. They overfed my ass. There was no getting out of that bowl. Especially my car was rear wheel drive. I was never going to get out of there.
Yeah.
Nope.
I fed my ass stupid and I slept in a booth.
Sounds like a Waffle House.
Yeah, it's definitely a Waffle House story. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
as long as you said that you were there after 10, because if you said you were there before 10, I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah.
No one shows up to the Waffle House until after dark.
Yeah,
Right.
the Waffle House up here on the north side of town was literally, I give them as much credit as my college for getting me my education, because that's where I would go to do all my papers because back then you could smoke and you could rent the booth for a price of a cup of coffee with bottomless refills all night.
Yep.
Now,
Oh, wow.
they didn't mind that because I'd always tip like $10-20, to my waitress that took care of me. So I pretty much did all of my college work there at that Waffle House. Bless you.
Damn.
And they took good care of me.
My dad taught me how to drink probably at the bar. The first time we went out to the bar, I was 21. He goes, "Let me show you how this is done." I'm like, "All right." And we go up to the bar, and the bartender comes up to the bar, and he's like, "What can I get you?" My dad takes $100 bill out of his pocket. He's like, "All right, man, we are going to spend $100 drinking tonight. It's up to you on how much your tip is." It just sets the $100 bill on the table.
I know the way you don't do it. I went into a sports bar on Hilton Head after work one night. This was right after I got out of the Navy. And it was, if you're in uniform, any uniform, it was LEO or military, then beer is free.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not scaring me one bit.
Yeah, I'm out of the military. I can wear that all day long now.
Yeah, I was a sled officer, state law enforcement division, just like a sheriff's deputy. So I go in, I'm in uniform, and true to their word, they just keep bringing the beer. And like an idiot, I just kept drinking the beer. This is a bad idea, boys and girls, just to let you know. If you lack that inner voice that goes, "Stop." I remember I got up, I went to the restroom, I looked in the mirror and I went, "Oh yeah, I'm fucked up." So, hello, Caroline. So I walked myself out to my buddy, and I rode over together, and he had a pickup truck with a camper shell on the back. And he had converted the whole back into a place to crash because he liked to go on road trips.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for that. I crashed in the back. The next morning I wake up and I'm laying poolside at one of the resorts on Hilton Head with no idea where I am or how I got there. And I remember thinking, perhaps I should have exercised just a little bit of self-discipline.
Little bit of restraint.
A little restraint. Devil's Air, how are you?
Good. Doing a part-time job in what's it called again? Yeah, they call it production, but it's more like fulfillment and stuff. So
you're doing fulfillment for somebody?
No, it's more somebody fucked up. We need to fix it, and then it goes on. So
okay, so you're doing some quality control.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
But
now I got to ask you, Devil's Air, when is the last time you cleaned the lens to your camera?
Yeah, it's a bit irritating with this, but this is just a bad camera. Like this laptop I have is about 8 years old almost. So
okay, all right, but you're sepia toned.
Yeah, that's because of the lamp. If I don't have the lamp on, I'm in darkness.
Yeah, but you're still sepia toned darkness.
It's the best I can do for now.
I love this. I would hop on, but I gotta get these pages done. That's why we love you and respect you, Stephen B. You're a workhorse. We love you. All right, so I'm going to send this around the room real quick as we get out of here. Tell them who you are and where they can find you and what you got.
Hey, it's Pamela Films You. Just Chris. I'm on Laughing Rogue on Facebook, YouTube. Obviously, we got the projects going. I'll be around here on occasion as much as I can. Like they said, I'm terrible with the promotion part, and I know I got to get better, and I will. But we're fulfilling. We're running like crazy, and I can't wait to get it out to you.
All right, fantastic. Currently running on Kickstarter
and Indiegogo.
And Indiegogo. The
almost 2 stretch goals already.
And the links are in the chat, so be sure you get over there and give it a look. Hey, you.
All right. Now I can choke how to breathe. I am Max Devill, owner of Atrocity Press. You can check us out at atrocitypress.com. Got all of our news goes up there a week before it hits social media. It's got all of our social media links, so you can go to all of our groups and our pages. And it's got our shop where you can grab our books physically or digitally. And currently, right now, the first thing that you'll see when you log on is that you can grab the first 8 pages of Mary Machine Gun's Dark America digitally for free. And this is the same 8 pages that was released at the back of the trade paperback. So it gives the story of how Hazel got her name, Dark America, her costume, and her signature 1911s.
Nice. All right. That's Max Devill. This guy.
There you go. That's all you need to know.
I'm Devil's Air. I'm here on Wednesday sometimes, and I am on Twitter on at Devil's Air. As soon as you see, yes, it loads. As soon as you see this logo, you know where to find me. I make memes. I have I share a lot of comics if I find them. So have fun with finding me and making memes. Also, I post a lot of indie stuff if I get it in. And next month is going to be a big month. So
fantastic.
Now, I see this right here, and you know what? You know what I got to say? Hold up, we'll get to Tanner in a second. I got to respond to Terry. This right here, this right here. All I got to say is, when you get to 60, you wish you gonna be looking this good. Yeah.
All right. Let's put the vanity on the back burner. So let me address this real quick. Tanner is currently rebranding, and he has not yet set up his new links. Tanner Hurley is a publisher, artist, writer.
Damn.
He is the publisher currently of Satellite Girl, a very successful campaign. The next one is due to launch here pretty soon. He's also my co-host. You can find him here with me Wednesdays on Doc's Coffee Shop. I am Doc Blalock. I'm the writer and artist behind Pariah, Blood and Mud, and A Damn Dirty Thing, currently in Sign Up. I've been making art professionally for 40 years, okay? I know how to deliver. So if you want to get into a little noir, some seedy jazz, and a hard-bitten private investigator, to also be a little bit on the supernatural side, check out A Damn Dirty Thing. You've been watching Doc's Coffee Shop, and it's been great having you here with us. Let's announce our winner, Pops.
Did you and Chris go vote? Have all four of you voted in the poll?
I voted.
No,
I voted.
I will go vote. Right.
Mine needs to vote before I cast mine, because I won't know what the final is.
I'm voting as we speak.
The redhead automatically lost for me just because redhead's got to go.
Really?
Yeah, I was married to two of them. They're the devil incarnate.
Redhead's kicking everybody's ass, and I'm adding a vote to it. That's all I got to say.
All right. So, our winner for this week, boys and girls,
is.
Wait for it.
There she is.
There she is. Now, interesting. We've had.
Guys are falling off.
On the beach.
We've had one brunette, we've had one blonde, and now we've got one redhead. So our redhead here, we're going to call her Bianca, the beautiful barista babe, is our returning champion for next week. Be sure to tune in as she faces off against a new blonde, a new brunette, and something tells me you're not going to want to miss these next ones.
Now, I just also want to point out that none of these ladies has defended her crown.
That's right.
None of them. They've all been
successfully
booted the next week.
They have not successfully defended their crown. They did step in the ring.
Yeah, but I mean, they've all been booted. None of them have stepped up and won the second week in a row. None of them have been able to defend the championship.
Successfully.
No consecutive weeks.
Right. All right, boys and girls, I want to thank everybody that tuned in today. I do this show, 1, because it's fun, 2, because I love the chat, and 3, I get to surround myself with interesting people. In the meantime, listen, go out and back some indies. Don't be hating because the big guys are fighting. Back what you want to back. Love who you want to love. You do you, boo.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm tired of talking to you.
Pretty much.
Before I do that, Chris, don't leave after the show.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm tired of talking to you.
And don't think it hasn't been a little slice of heaven, because it hasn't.
Well, I finally got the last word.
Good night, everybody! Quitting time! Quitting time!
This was for me and Max. Yapping!